Welcome to Pharma Drama, the channel where we look at the science of healthcare and healthcare products. In this video, I'm going to start by asking you a question. Do you know the difference between a drug and a medicine? Do you use those words interchangeably? If you do, then you shouldn't. They mean very different things. But fear not. In this video, I will explain what a medicine is and why a drug means something very different. So, if that sounds good to you, get yourself a drink. I've got coffee, and let's get into it. I work in a leading school of pharmacy, and yet it continually surprises me that many of our students don't know the difference between a drug and a medicine. Most use the words interchangeably, but they do not in fact mean the same thing. Let me explain this with a good example of a medicine: aspirin. If we look at this packet, we can see that the product is a tablet and that each tablet contains 300 milligrams of aspirin. This information is important. The name aspirin is the drug, while the whole tablet, including its contents, is the medicine. In other words, a drug is a chemical species that has an effect in the body, while a medicine is the formulated dosage form, which contains lots of other ingredients. We call them excipients, and no, I don't know why we use such a complicated term either. Every medicine has a patient information leaflet within the packaging that lists the excipients in order of their amount in the product. So you can look at this list and see all the things the medicine contains. I think it's an interesting exercise to try and work out what each of the excipients is doing in the product, because no manufacturer will add excipients unnecessarily. But then, I am a bit unusual. In simple terms then, a drug is the molecular species that has a pharmacological action in the body, and a medicine is the formulated product taken by the consumer. Which leads to the question, why do we formulate medicines in the first place? Why do we not just give consumers the drug powder, this is pure aspirin by the way, and a spoon, and let them get on with it? There are, you should not be surprised to know, many reasons for that. Just take a moment to think of some while I drink some coffee. What do you think the main reasons are? The main reason is to control the dose. Many drugs only have a therapeutic effect at specific concentrations. If their concentration is too low, then they exert no effect. If their concentration is too high, they may start to cause side effects. If we look at the aspirin tablets, we can see each tablet provides exactly 300 milligrams of drug. Therefore, the medicine is dosing the drug so the patient doesn't overdose or underdose. Another factor is taste. Drugs are molecules that cause some sort of effect in the body, and it is nearly always the case in nature that things that do that might taste bitter. It's nature's way of warning you that what you're eating might affect you in some way. So if you were to try tasting pure aspirin, and I highly recommend that you do not, you would find it tastes extremely bitter. Most drugs taste horrible. Ibuprofen, for instance, also leaves a strong burning sensation at the back of your throat, and is almost impossible to try and swallow pure. So we formulate a medicine to keep the drug away from the taste receptors on your tongue. Although dose and taste are the main reasons for formulating medicines, there are others. Sometimes drugs have poor solubility, so the medicine can try and help get the drug into solution. Also, the route of delivery is important. In the Western world at least, the majority of drugs are delivered orally, and so most medicines are tablets or capsules. But these don't work for, say, inhalation or injection. So we also need to formulate medicines for the intended route of delivery. I might note here that many of the newest types of drugs, biologicals in particular, are very difficult to deliver orally because they are either degraded in the stomach or are difficult to absorb, and so are formulated as solutions for injection, as there's no other suitable route of delivery. Another reason for formulating medicines is for marketing purposes. Nurofen is a brand name for ibuprofen, and it has multiple formulation types, all sold directly to the consumer. So, you can get Nurofen for back pain, period pain, migraines, and even general pain. Some of the formulations are designed to act faster than others. Nurofen Express liquid capsules, for instance, are marketed as fast-acting because they contain ibuprofen in a liquid form, and that should make the drug absorb faster. Similarly, Nurofen Express tablets contain ibuprofen sodium, a salt form, again to promote faster absorption. Changing the salt form of a drug often changes how quickly it is absorbed. Nurofen Quicksorb contains ibuprofen lysine, and I think you can imagine from the name of the product that this is the fastest absorbing form. And then there are these, my favourite formulation in the Nurofen range, meltlets. They do exactly what they say on the tin. Well, the box. They are designed to melt in the mouth without needing to drink any water. And how do they do that, I hear you ask? It's because they are amorphous. Amorphous materials usually dissolve very fast because there is no crystal lattice energy holding them together. So meltlets are advertised to consumers on the basis they are convenient to carry around because they can be taken without water. Handy when you have a headache and are stranded in the Gobi Desert, for instance. My favourite advert for meltlets is this. H2No. Absolute genius. So there we are. Remember, a drug is the molecule that is actually having a therapeutic effect, while a medicine is the formulated dosage form that the patient actually takes. The medicine contains lots of additional ingredients to help it function properly, usually to control dose and mask taste, but also to target a particular route of delivery. I hope that's helped clear up some confusion and hasn't left you with a bitter aftertaste. If you liked this video, however, please hit the like button and consider subscribing, as it really helps the channel. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.